Christmas time is here. Yeah, I can't sing. Hey guys, for today's video, we're gonna be doing one of my favorites of the year. It is my winter holiday beauty slash like somewhat lifestyle, more beauty, definitely than anything, of course. I try to talk about different products that I didn't mention in my last year's video because I wanna give you guys variety. Let's give you some options. So these are all of my favorites that I like to take with me into not only the winter season, but the holiday season because the holiday season is so festive. The way that I kind of transition from fall to winter is fall time I like to go more matte, more warm tones, more like burgundies, deep reds, oranges to go with the trees and all the colors around us. And then when we go into winter, I like to go sparkle, glitz, glam, red lip, glitter eyes, shiny, everything Christmassy, New Year's. That's kind of my vibe for the month of December until probably like February. Then I start to transition back into my warm tones again. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So the first one I've got to mention, I did mention these in my last year's video, but I have to talk about them because they're seriously my favorite ever. They're the Bath & Body Works foam soaps, and they had their $2 soap sale like I think it was the week of Thanksgiving. I just stock up because these are my favorite soaps and they last actually a pretty long time. I buy holiday ones and then non-holiday ones, but I really stock up on Frosted Cranberry and Twisted Peppermint because these two are my two favorite holiday seasons. You'll see me talk about a lot of cranberry and peppermint when we get into other things, but they smell so good. And the Frosted Cranberry, I think I bought like 6 of them last year and I just ran out of my last one like right before we moved in October, and I bought them last December. So the scent lingers on your hand, so I want to throw them in there. I always buy them when they're on sale, when they're $2 or $2.50 or something. Bath & Body Works has coupons all the time and they have sales all the time. I'm like about to plug Bath & Body Works so hard and it's really not intentional. It's just I'm basic like that and I love Bath & Body Works, but their scents really do linger. That's why I love them so much. So Twisted Peppermint, it smells like literally a peppermint with like a twist, like a little sweetness to it. This is like my second favorite scent, and I do Christmas scents year round. Like these two are mostly holiday scents. I do them year round because a bitch doesn't care. This one is a new holiday one. This is the Frosted Coconut Snowball. My mother-in-law got this one and I was like, oh, I want to try it too because I needed just one more holiday scent. So it kind of smells like a sugar cookie but with coconut. Delicious, and I love them. They last a really long time and they really get your hands clean. I notice with a lot of my regular soaps, like the ones that I put in pumps in the bathroom, when I try to scrub makeup off my hands or foundation or something, there's still a little bit left, but with these it gets it all off. And then also their candles. So I just ran out of my last candle and I'm waiting because Candle Day is coming up December 7th. So what's today? Thursday? It's gonna be on Saturday. I'm gonna be on that website at midnight and I'm gonna literally drop so much money on candles. I don't even care because I love their candles. And I believe I said in my last video that I was like, Bath & Body Works candles are so expensive. They're bullshit. You can buy candles from anywhere. Yes, they are expensive, but they're literally the best and they last forever. I can't even deny it. I can't even deny it. I'm not one to spend $30 on a candle. I'll buy them when they're on sale, but they're just not the same as like Target candles or candles at Marshall's. They are the best. Fight me if you don't believe me. Make sure you guys get to your store, get on the website, and just stock up on those candles if you can because they're so amazing. And especially like when you're having guests over for Christmas dinner, if you're having Christmas parties, burning your Christmas candle, bitch, sounds like the time of my life. Before we get into beauty, I want to throw in a perfume. I don't venture out a lot with my perfumes because I really like the ones that I use. This one I notice a lot towards it in the like winter time because it's a very sexy smell. It's Gucci Bamboo. I know I've talked about this before and I don't recall the notes. I know bergamot I think is one of them, sandalwood, something like that. You guys can look it up if you want to, but if you have not smelled this perfume, it smells so sexual. Like I feel like if I smelled this on a man, I would just want to eat him up because it smells so good. But what I love about this the most, okay, so I've had this bottle for almost 2 years and I'm like a little less than halfway full, maybe like right at halfway. You need 1, maybe 2 spritz max, and I can still smell this on me the next day. That's why I love it so much. It's like a special occasion perfume because Gucci's expensive. During the other months, I normally gravitate towards something else, like a little more sweet. I really like sweet perfumes, but that one is so like sultry. It's very sexy, like it smells like a grown woman scent, you know? I don't know, I just always want to reach for it around this time of year. It reminds me for some reason of being in like a winter wonderland, like a dark forest, and there's snows coming down and you can see the moonlight and snow. glistening. Does that make sense? Let's move on to one skincare product, and I want to talk about this because this is really saving my skin. So this I got in a BoxyCharm. This is called Kypris, I think, and it's an antioxidant dew quench and glow serum. So I use this at night. It says you can use it in the morning and at night. I don't have super dry skin. I just get a little dry around this time of year, but I'm still oily in my T-zone. If you can't tell, I'm looking a little shiny. I've had my makeup on for a couple of hours, so I'm getting a little greasy, but I use this at night in place of my nighttime moisturizer because I don't want to go out and buy like a whole brand new really heavy duty moisturizer because I just don't need that, except for maybe like this month, maybe the month of January, and then my skin will kind of go back to normal, especially since I live in Houston. It's not cold that long here. It just kind of gets cold here and there, but enough that it affects my skin. So this is so luxurious. It's so rich. It looks like a serum, obviously, like duh, it's a serum. I do like a little drop on my forehead and then a little drop on each cheek, and it really makes my skin very, very glowy, but I do only use it at night since it is very heavy. Like it really penetrates my skin. This works for me during this time of year when I'm a little bit more on the drier side and matte products are just not working for my skin because I'm too dry. This is just enough for me during the nighttime, so when I wake up the next morning, my skin is so fresh. Like I feel so plumped. Like I just got a bunch of Botox, but I didn't. I just used that. Oh, also, I want to talk about this. This is from Bliss. This is the Drench and Quench Water to Cream Hydrator. So this I've actually been using for a couple months. I bought this over the summer to replace my moisturizer because I felt like my moisturizer I was using, it was the simple one and I love that one, but it was just a little too late. Like I needed something just a bit heavier, but not too heavy. So I do really like this. I can't recall if I've mentioned this before in videos or not, but if I overuse this, especially in the summer, it's very greasy on me. It'll make my skin slip and slide. So what I do is I just use less of it in the summer months, but now since I'm more dry, it's perfect for underneath makeup. So this is kind of the same deal. It's blue and then it comes out as like a jelly and then it turns kind of into like a creamy liquidy consistency, but I really, really like it. It's pretty affordable. I believe it's only 20 bucks at Ulta. I don't know where else you can get it. I get it at Ulta, but Ulta always has Bliss on sale for like 20, 30, sometimes 40% off if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure you can use a $3.50 coupon. So I usually like to grab this when it's on sale. I'm actually almost out. I need to get another one, and I kind of want to try, they have a watermelon one I'm interested in trying. If you guys have tried that, go ahead and let me know. Okay, let's move on to the fun stuff. Let's move on to the makeup. And I'm gonna start with these two. I'm gonna kind of go in order of face. So this primer, I've talked about this primer so much. Again, got it in a BoxyCharm. It's always sold out every time I try to link it. Sometimes it's in stock, sometimes it's sold out on their website. But this is the Prime Essence from Touch and Soul, and I love this. It's very liquidy. I've talked about it several times, but I just really love this. It just adds like a silkiness to my skin when I really need it right now. I don't use this in my T-zone at all. I just use it on my forehead, I use it on my cheeks, and then on my chin. And in my T-zone, I go in with my regular blurring primers. With a combination of this and then this on top, my makeup just glides on, and it doesn't make my skin greasy. Like I've literally been using it for months. I even use this in the summertime and it was fine, but I especially love it right now because I just need that extra glidiness. I think if you had really dry skin, you could probably use it all over your face and I think you would like it. I need to do a video talking about products that are really good for dry skin and oily skin. I know a couple of people have requested it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, but that product, when I do that video, that product's definitely gonna be in there. All right, let's talk about foundation. So the one that I am just in love with always this time of year, actually not always because I just started using it last winter, is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth. And I know you guys are probably thinking, girl, you just said you are super oily, and I am, but during the summer months when I'm really, really oily, this is my mixing foundation with a matte foundation. Now, I don't like super matte skin. I just like it to look more natural, so I don't really like to go in with real heavy matte foundation. So I love to mix it with the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. I've mixed it with the Estee Lauder. I've mixed it with the L'Oreal Pro Matte. So this is just kind of like my mixing foundation. When it does get really cold here, I can use this on its own and it will make me dewy, but in the best way possible. It doesn't slip and slide. I'll look dewy and I'll still set with like more of a matte powder so it stays in place. And it'll start to wear probably like 5-6 hours, but if I blot, it looks okay. It doesn't start to separate or do anything weird. But yeah, I know like people love the matte version of this. I've tried it so many times. I've seriously tried it on like 5 different occasions and I hate it on me. I use it on my clients, love it on my clients, but hate it on myself. But this is definitely my go-to. So when I'm tan, I use 128 Warm Nude. And right now when I'm fair, I'm using 120. So I just wanted to throw these in. They're super, super affordable. I think I get them at like Walmart or Target for like $5. Like you can't beat the price and they're so, so good. So we're gonna move on to talk about powders. And these are my 2 favorite powders of all time. They're so good and they both do different things, so I use them different ways. But the first one is my holy grail of all time. This is literally my favorite powder of life. It's the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room. It's a translucent powder and I use this to set my entire face. The reason I'm mentioning this, even though I use it every single day, is because I want to say they market it as a matte powder, but it's a very kind of like a demi matte. It's not like the, I'm trying to think of a matte powder that I hate. The Cover FX has a matte powder. Makeup Forever has a matte powder. I absolutely hate both of those powders. They made my skin look so crinkly and so dry, which is why I don't like to do a lot of matte products even though I'm greasy. This makes your skin look so beautiful in the most incredible way. So I want to mention this specifically for oily people, where if you're in my situation where you're oily but you're kind of fighting a little bit of dry skin, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful powder. And you don't have to take it all over your face if you're a little drier on the rest of your face. You can just use it in your T-zone, just where you get greasy, just to make sure your foundation doesn't move, and it never ever looks heavy. I'm surprised I haven't gone through this yet because I literally use it every single day. This next one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. First of all, look at this big mama. She is huge, right? There's so much product in here. This I think is like a $7 powder and it's very similar to the Pretty Vulgar but not quite as matte. It doesn't really give your skin like a matte finish. It kind of gives it like a satiny type of finish. So this would be really nice for, again, like either oily people, where if you're just in a weird situation where your skin's dry. I feel like dry people could use it. I've never used this on any of my clients, so I can't talk about it in that perspective, but I could imagine it would be good for drier skin if you just go in with very little, because it's such a nice wearable powder. It keeps everything in place. There's no flashback and it's super affordable. You literally can't beat it. So I wanted to give you 2 different options. I know a lot of people like to kind of stay away from powder in the cooler months because they're scared it's going to make their skin look bad. Sometimes you still need powder. Like I still need powder. I might not powder my whole entire face, but I still have to powder my T-zone. And depending on how my skin is doing that day, these are my go-tos. I want to talk about a spray. Now this also got in a BoxyCharm. I don't know how much it is or anything like that. I'll make sure to list below. This is from Iconic London and this is the first product I've ever tried from them. And this is called the, I guess it's called Prep Set Glow. It looks like this. It kind of reminds me of the MAC Fix Plus with the gold flecks in it where you shake it up. So I just shook it. I wish I didn't do that so I could show you kind of how it settles, but it's like a setting mist that is kind of clear, and then down at the bottom it has little shimmer flecks and you shake it up. Now this stuff makes your skin glow in the best way possible. So I have it on today. Let me get a little bit closer. I just feel like my skin looks so glowy today. It looks so dewy. It looks so healthy. This will make me a little bit greasy, I'm not gonna lie. I think because it's a little oily. I would probably recommend this if you're like normal to dry. I still use it because I love the way it makes my skin look, but this is something I'm gonna use on a day where I don't need my makeup on. Like if I have to have my makeup on for like 10 hours, I'm leaving the house in the morning, I ain't gonna be back till at night. I'm probably not gonna use this because it will make my skin look a little greasy, but like today when I'm just filming a video and I want my skin to look very glowy and healthy and like radiant, beaming from within, I literally go spritz, spritz, and that's it. I'll go ahead and show you the mister. It has the best mister. Did you see that? Hold on. It's just the best mister. Now when I say this, it's gonna sound bad, but think about it in the most beautiful way possible. It's almost as if you took little flecks of glitter and it was just the most fine glitter sprayed all over your face, but it doesn't look bad. It almost reminds me of the body oils that were real popular over the summer. Everybody was coming out with a body glow, as if you were to put that in a spray and just kind of mist it on your face. Just trust me, it's so beautiful, but it's kind of one of those products like, do you have to have it? No, of course not. But if you do have it, will you love it? Yeah, I think you will. So we're gonna talk about the makeup now, and I have a lot of makeup. We'll start with palettes. I'm really like a warm tone eyeshadow girl. I love them, live, breathe, and die for them. All my palettes are warm tones, but I don't know, it's like the season makes me wanna go a little more cool. You feel me? So the first palette I want to mention is the Anastasia Sultry Palette. I think this is probably one of the only cool tone palettes that I have, but it's just holiday season. I mean, I absolutely love it. This one is my favorite. I always use this when people want to go for like a New Year's type of glam. I used this so much last year during Christmas and New Year's on clients. I think I even did a New Year's eye look using this as well, this color. It has other really pretty shades as well. They're all kind of like more cool tone golds. We've got a little bit of a cool tone bronze right here. This pink is a little bit more cool. It's like a rose gold, but just a little on the cooler side. And I really like this during this time of year. I think it's really fun to change it up every so often. I also have this palette from LASplash. This is the Golden Gatsby. Kind of the same thing, but the tones are a little bit more warm, but they have very Christmassy tones in it, I guess, or at least what I consider Christmassy tones. So I did actually a whole video on this. I will put it up here. I don't know if it's on this side or this side now. I think it's on this side. You have this really pretty green, and this is so beautiful. It's like that perfect holiday Christmas time green. You have this really pretty copper right here, and then this gold if you like to go a little more on the gold side. And these pressed glitters or pressed pigments, I'm not really sure what they are. They're so sparkly, so shiny. I get a lot of use out of this palette. I feel like people, like if they reviewed it, when I was looking up reviews on it, they didn't give it the best reviews, but I love it. I literally use it all the time, especially those shimmery shades. They're just, I don't know, they just remind me of the holidays. I really like it. And then my newest favorite, this is the only palette I've been using since I got it. It just sits out on my vanity because I really enjoy it, and it's the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. Hello, were we surprised I would love a warm tone palette? But I like it because it has these warm tones here, and then it has these greens, and I love greens, especially again this time of year. I really like to play with a lot of greens. I like to play with a lot of red lips. I like gold. I just really like sparkly, foiled, shiny. And I think you could do a really fun holiday look with these green colors. And then if you don't want to do that, you have these warm tones here. This black is one of the blackest blacks I've ever used in my life. It is so dark. I love it. It makes it so easy because I like to use black as liner to hide my lash band, and I don't have to dip into another palette to look for a really good black. And yeah, I have it on today, and then I'll show you what I have on my lid. But all of the mattes that I have on and that I've been wearing pretty much as of lately are from this palette. So I just wanted to mention a couple ones, kind of at all different price points. Anastasia's I think 42, the LASplash I want to say it was like 28, and then the Gemini was the most expensive. I want to say it was like 60 or 65, but yeah, I just think those are really fun palettes to kind of play with during the holidays. And then if you want to do something a little more sparkly on your eye like I do, I love glitter, I love gleam, I love shine. You guys know this already because I talk about it all the time. I have a couple of single shadows and a couple, well, just one pigment that I really love this time of year. Oh my God, this is like my pride and joy. This is NYX Vegas Baby, and when I got this, bitch, I could not stop using this. I was just using it over and over, and every time I had a client, they were like, I want to do something dramatic. I was like, oh my God, I have the perfect color for you. It's this right here. It's like the most beautiful white gold silver. It doesn't look like shit, I feel like, on my finger, but once you pat it down with a glitter glue, I just use the NYX glitter glue or like a setting spray or something. Perfect for New Year's, I feel like, or a really pretty silvery eye look for a Christmas party with a red lip like this. And like, it's NYX. You can get it for like $6 I think at Ulta. That is my favorite pigment from NYX of all time. I don't ever see myself loving anything as much as that. Okay, let's talk about this from L'Oreal. This is the Crush Foil Metallic Shadow. This is in the shade Diamond Dust, and this is a little bit more on the pinky side, but it has a lot of silver in it, which is why I want to mention it, because I really like these silvery tones this time of year. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. I just love shiny, you guys. I really love a shiny eye. And you see how it's not like really super warm tone? That's just what I like to go for, kind of like what I have on today. This is what I have on my eye right now. This is from ColourPop, and this is in the shade A Little Quarky. I just picked this up from Ulta, and I saw it in stores, and I was like, you're coming home with me. This is what I have on my eye right now. I'll show it to you. And it's kind of like a peachy golden beige color. I'm liking it because it's a little more on the beigey side. It's not really too warm. It's not gold. It's not, you know, anything too summery, bronzy, or springtime, anything like that. But it is so pretty, and it has that, a little bit of that peach in it too. Do you see how beautiful that is? It has little flecks of like almost like a pinky bluish reflect to it if you really get in there. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I just got this over the weekend and I've already used it 3 times because I love it so much. I love the ColourPop Ultra Glitters. These are by far one of the best finds you will ever find because they're really affordable and they're such good quality. They're like that jelly formula, but even me, like I have really creasy under eyes, or not under eyes, well under eyes, but also lids, as I've shared with you guys so many times. And these, even though they're kind of like a jelly texture, they don't crease on my eyes at all. I love them. For the life of me, I cannot remember if I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm gonna mention it now because it goes with that whole like glitzy, silvery type of theme. This is ColourPop Ladybird, and I know you guys have heard me mention it. Look, there's a big dent right there in the middle because I've used it so many times, and then you can just see in the pan how reflective it is. So absolutely beautiful. Mine's almost coming out because I'm real rough with my stuff. I need to be a little more gentle. But this is like the same deal. It has almost like a clear base to it, but very glittery, shiny, icy. I love this with a like real smoky, almost like a black smoky eye, and then this just kind of dragged across like the front of the lid to about here. I know I wear a lot of makeup and I love dramatic makeup, but sometimes it's just nice to take something like this and just kind of tap it on your eye. Do a little bit of mascara, maybe do like a natural lash. I think really sparkly, shiny things like this are almost like the star of the show. You don't have to go so dramatic if you don't want to. You can also just wear them by themselves just to add a little bit of gleam to the eye, and that looks really pretty as well. And then with a red lip, I know very many times I took this and just dabbed it on my lid and maybe did like a bronzer in the crease and a red lip like this, and I think that look just looks so pretty and it's almost like effortless, like you tried but you didn't try too much. This is from Wet n Wild. This is their liquid shadow and this is in the shade Cashmere Love. This is like a taupey type of shade and this is so pretty. This is definitely a dupe for the Stila liquid shadows. Not quite as glittery as them, but still so beautiful. They have a lot of gleam to them. It's this one right here. Very shiny, more on the cool tone side, and I love taupes. You guys know I love taupes. These are really nice. They do not move. I don't have to use a glitter glue. I use a primer obviously, but you don't need a glitter glue. I have to use a glitter glue with the Stila ones because the glitter always falls on my face when I use those. As much as I love them, I always have to take an extra step of doing a glitter glue, and I don't need one for these. They dry down, they don't move, and yeah, just really like the color. All right, we're gonna talk about a couple of face products and then we'll move on to lips and then we'll be done. So I talked about this last year, okay? I know I did. I've got to talk about it again because it's perfect for this time of year. So this is the Fenty Diamond Bomb in How Many Carats, and I use this as a highlight topper, and I actually have a dupe for this that I'm going to show you in just a second, but it looks like this. Almost reminds me a little bit of ColourPop Ladybird, except in a highlighter form. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. So I actually have it on this side of my face, and I have it on top of, actually let me show you guys this highlight because this is my next one. This is the Juvia's Place, I think it's Tribe 3, oh, Volume 3. So the reason I want to mention this highlight is because it's not my normal, like kind of more golden-y shade. I like to go more for these types of shades versus like an Anastasia Amrezy highlight. You see the difference how this is really more on the golden side, and then this is more on the icy silvery side. So I can use this when I'm fair too, but I don't know. It's just, I kind of like to gravitate more towards something like this. So this is what I have on today. This is what I've pretty much been wearing. It's really beautiful, very smooth and silky. Almost reminds me of Mary Lou. Do you guys remember Mary Lou? But not quite as light as that one. But this one is like a, I want to say it's like a white gold, just a little icier than a white gold. So I have this on today, and then on this side of my face I have on the Fenty, actually just add a little bit more. See how beautiful that is? It's like, again, that extra step that do you really need it? No, but if you love to collect makeup and you love to play with makeup, it's fun to do, and it's like, why the fuck not? I will say I cannot use it on its own. I feel like it's not enough. I have to use it as a topper, but baby, it tops. Okay, let me tell you. So my dupe for that is actually this from Wet n Wild, and I think this is, oh, it was limited edition. Hopefully it's still available. I feel like I still see this in stores, so I'll try to link it if I can find it, but this is in the shade Crystal High. It's a highlighter, and it's literally the same deal as the Fenty here. Let me swatch Fenty. You can kind of see how they're almost like the same thing. So Fenty right here, Wet n Wild right here, and I actually put the Wet n Wild one on this side of my face. Let me just tap on a little bit more so you can see how similar they are. See? So if you don't want to spend $40 on the Fenty one, you can run down to Walmart, Walgreens, whatever, and pick this one up. And this, I do the same thing. I kind of have to use it as a topper. It doesn't really work that well on its own, at least for me. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys a dupe too, because save some money if you want to. So this blush, I've been trying to literally get my sticky little fingers on for months, and it's always sold out, this shade. Every time I go to Ulta, every time I go to Sephora, it's always sold out. This is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo. It's a matte and a shimmer in the shade Warm Honey, and when you look at this, you're like, yeah, those are definitely her tones, because all my blushes look like this. But I specifically want to mention this because I know for me, I love a shimmer blush. I don't really wear mattes that often. Maybe in the fall, God, I have so much glitter in my hair, it's crazy. Maybe in the fall, I really gravitate towards mattes, but it's kind of like October, November, matte blush, and then the rest of the year, I just love shimmer. So that's why I kind of wanted to throw this one in here, because you have the option of a matte and a shimmer, and man, these are really nice. They're expensive. I think they're like 40 bucks. Here is the matte, and then here is the shimmer, and I've been wearing this a lot. I really like it. It's so beautiful. It makes your skin look so shiny and glowy, and I actually just mix the two together. I don't even wear them separately. I did a little concoction of the two mixed together on my hand right there, and that's kind of what it looks like. I really like the formula of these. They're very nice. Expensive, yes, but beautiful formula. Okay, something very similar along the lines of that is this blush. I actually just got this, and I have it on today, and I love it. This is the Extra Dimension blush from MAC. This is in the shade Hush Tone. I'll get a little closer so you guys can see my cheeks. I really like their Extra Dimension products because they make your skin look so like lit from within. It's actually not quite as intense as it looks in the pan. It looks like it's just your cheeks, you know? Am I making any sense? Probably not, but this is the swatch right here next to the Cover FX, and it's a little bit lighter too, so I can wear it now that I'm fair. Hopefully I can wear it when I'm a little more tan too, but God, I saw it in stores. I went to the MAC store the other day. I haven't been in a MAC store in years, and I got a gift card from one of my sweet friends for my birthday, and I went in there, and I always look at their blushes because I love MAC blushes. They're like one of my all-time favorites, and I was like, I've never seen you here before, so I grabbed it. I do have one matte blush. I'm gonna mention that, surprise, surprise, it's in the same color family, but I wanna mention a matte because I know not everybody loves shimmer blushes like I do. This I cannot take credit for because a subscriber recommended it to me. This is from Shop Miss A, it's from Amuse Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Tequila Sunrise, and this is what I used all of fall. It's only $1, so you literally cannot beat it. Like, where else do they sell beautiful dollar blushes? Pan size is ginormous, and the formula is very silky and smooth. It lasts all day on your cheeks. It's not gonna fade. I know you're probably thinking, ugh, dollar blush. Yeah, that's gonna come off in an hour. No, it will last all day long. It's this one right there on the side. Hopefully you can see it, but yeah, I mean, these are all in the same color family. These are my tones. This is what I like, but I wanted to throw in the matte one as well because I don't really have a lot of matte blushes. I probably just have like a very small handful in my personal collection. That one I really love. I mean, it is just. Okay, lastly, we have just a very small handful of lip products. I'm proud of myself that I didn't throw every lip product in the world in here because I'm such a lip junkie. I really wanted to keep it just very festive this year since it's a holiday video. These are my holiday essentials. I wanted to throw in some nudes, but then I thought you can do nudes year round. I'm actually gonna do an updated video of my favorite nudes. I've discovered a lot high-end and drugstore. You guys let me know what you wanna see. Do you wanna see all high-end, or do you wanna see all drugstore, or would you wanna see a combination of the two in just one video? I can do high-end and low. I have discovered so many more beautiful nudes and like go-tos to add to my collection that I kind of forgot about a lot of the ones I talked about in my last video. So I'm gonna do an updated nude lip product video. So I kept them out of this one because I want to talk about my most favorite festive lip colors. So we're going to talk about my go-to lip liner for any red lip product that I'm wearing, whether it be a warm red, a cool tone red, a really bright red, a really dark red, a more orangey red. This is always a lip liner that I use ever since I discovered it. I don't even look at other red lip liners because this one just does it for me. And it is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. It should be no surprise because this is just the best. And this is one of the best lip liner formulas, and it's drugstore. I think these are $4. I remember saying in my old videos how I think lip liners are so dumb. They're a gimmick, nobody needs lip liners, and I think it was like around actually last Christmas time where I really just dove into lip liners and became obsessed with the world of lip liners. I have a lip liner addiction now, I cannot stop buying them, but these are by far one of my favorite formulas of all time. And this is in the shade Spicy. So I have this on today. With a red lip, it's really hard to make sure it's 100% precise unless you have a nice, really skinny tip applicator, which a lot of products, let's be honest, they don't. They usually have the doe foot. It just makes the process so much easier. This is more of a bright red lip liner, but it just works for every single look. I don't need different color red lip liners. This does it for me. I hype up these lip liners so hard, and it's because number one, the formula is incredible. They're like more of a matte formula, obviously suede matte, but they perform like an expensive high-end lip liner, and you don't have to pay the price tag for it. Especially I feel like if you play with lip liner every day, if you're doing lipstick every day, or you really like to play up your lip color, play with different things, like who has time to spend a lot of money on lip liners? And then you go through that bitch like that. Nobody does. I mean, I'm still gonna buy them, you know, because I have a problem, but these are amazing. Go to Ulta, buy them when they're buy one get one half off. That's what I do. Let's talk about what I have on my lips right now, and this is the Milani Satin Matte Lipstick in the shade, it's just called 10 Satin. When these came out, they changed my life. I used to always say that Arriba by ColourPop and I Love Sari was my favorite red lip, and it is still one of my favorites. It's just that it's a very matte formula, and I don't know what happened to me. You guys, I have so many matte liquid lips. I was a matte liquid lip whore for a really long time, literally until probably like, I would say this year was when I really stopped using like matte liquid lipsticks. This is a satin formula. It's so comfortable. I've had this on for so long and it has not budged. It will transfer a little. You can see there's a little bit on there. Nothing to the point where it's like gliding and getting all over your face. Nothing makes me angrier than when I'm doing a red lip and it bleeds around my lip line and it looks sloppy. I cannot stand that. It makes me so angry. But this doesn't do that. I remember I wore this on 4th of July. We went to a party. The party started at like 3, and I mean, we were out till like 2 in the morning, and this hoe was still on my lips. I was stuffing my face with food. I was drinking, having a good time, and it was still on. It doesn't get crunchy or bunchy or crusty. I love the ColourPop one with I Love Sari. That's like one of the most beautiful reds I've ever met. The price point is amazing. I just can't do the matte lip anymore. I'm just old now, okay? I'm old, I'm dried up, I'm crusty, I can't do it anymore. I had to switch over to something satin, but I love this. And again, it's Milani, it's affordable. You can get it at the drugstore. Okay, so I think that that's it. I hope this video isn't 50 years long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you leave me below your favorite holiday beauty items because I always love trying new things. I'm always looking for the next best, greatest, this, and that. And yeah, I hope that I was able to share with you some things that maybe you haven't heard of, maybe you haven't tried, maybe you wanna go and check out if you wanna kind of zhuzh up your makeup game during the Christmas season. If you have a Christmas party coming up, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe before you go and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!